guys, welcome to another episode of Joe Knows, and today I am talking about the traps once again. And you might ask, why am I doing another video on trap development? I just did one in episode 10 of Joe Knows, and the reason I'm doing another video so soon is for a couple reasons. Number one, that video was by far the most popular Joe Knows video to date. So that tells me there is obviously a lot of interest in that topic. And if you haven't seen that video yet, I'll link it down below in the description box of this video so you can check that out. So that was number one. I wanted to kind of expand a little bit. The second reason is, while it got the most views, with more traffic coming to the channel and watching the videos, it got the most negativity of any video I've ever done as well. And the negativity seemed to stem from people thinking that I am not qualified to talk about trap development because my traps aren't big enough, which kind of made me laugh. If you are unfamiliar with my work, to that I would say, if you don't think I'm qualified, look up my credentials. You know, all you have to do is Google me. Enough said. I'll just say there's a difference between what I have done and my expertise and, you know, the big muscular juice head YouTube celebrity. I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to turn this into like an anti-steroid rant, but just there's a difference between what we have done with our careers. But with that being said, I'm always fair, and you know, I always take everything with a grain of salt, so to speak, and look into it. And there was some merit to the trap comments, because I went back and I watched the video, and my traps do look pretty small in that video. You know, I hadn't, some of these Joe Knows videos, I work out and then I film the episode, so I might look a little bigger, have a little pump going, or I might have a better cut of my t-shirt. As a sleeve cutting connoisseur, a t-shirt cutting connoisseur, I will say I did not have the best t-shirt on for accentuating my traps. Black t-shirt, which makes you look smaller, and I had a basic cut. There is a difference between sleeve cuts. I had a basic cut which basically covers your traps. This is a little bit of a different cut, and I will be reviewing the different cuts on a future Joe Knows. There has been a high demand for me to make a t-shirt cutting video.
It's t-shirt time!
Believe it or not. Actually, the number one requested video has been for me to do an instructional video on how to cut the sleeves off your t-shirts and the different cuts. So I will be making a video on that coming soon. It'll probably be the next Joe Knows. But the real reason I'm making this video, to kind of cut to the chase, is I left out in that first video, episode number 10, I give you my top 3 muscle building exercises for the traps. I left out number 1, the single best exercise I have ever done for trap development. I left that out, and not intentionally. I think I just kind of forgot about it because I have prescribed it in the past and many times with online clients I'm referring to, and many times they would tell me, oh, I can't do it, I don't have bands, I don't have kettlebells in my gym. It's a little bit impractical, so I try to make my videos as practical as possible, so I didn't put it in. But now that I see what a high demand there is for quality trap training and new trap training, I guarantee you have never seen this exercise on any other YouTube channel, any of these kind of YouTube celebrities, fitness celebrities. This exercise isn't in their trap videos. So since there's demand for it, I'm going to throw it out there. I'm going to share it with you guys, and I figure if you want it bad enough, you'll go to a gym that has the necessary equipment, or you'll get the bands and the kettlebells. So let me show you this exercise that I am referring to now. All right, so the exercise I am referring to is kettlebell suspended iso hold shrugs with bands. And we'll show some B-roll footage of this exercise so you understand it better, but I'll talk you through it. Basically, what you are going to do is you are going to double up a mini band, loop it through a kettlebell, and then hang a kettlebell on each side of a regular barbell. All right, so they'll be dangling from the barbell. I'm filming this video from home. I only have 36-pound kettlebells here. Normally, I would go heavier. I personally would use usually 62-pound kettlebells, 70-pound kettlebells, but start a little lighter so you can get the feel for this exercise. So what you are going to do is you're going to shrug up fast, just like you would perform a normal barbell shrug, but really focus on exploding up, elevating your shoulders as high as you can. You want that speed because you want the kettlebells to bounce. In the top position, you're going to perform an isometric contraction for 3 kettlebell bounces. So this is great for hypertrophy and strength because not only are you getting the benefit of a regular isometric contraction, but it's an overloaded isometric contraction because even with these 36-pound kettlebells, when I shrug up and I pause, that first drop of the kettlebell, obviously that's a lot more than 36 pounds each side. You know, I don't know the exact weight, but you're getting double or triple the weight coming down, and you have to hold your shoulders elevated in that position. It feels like, you know, somebody's jumping on the barbell trying to pull it down. And you're gonna hold that for a 3 count, lower it under control, slow eccentric, get a stretch in the bottom, and then explode up again for the next rep. All right, you don't need to perform a lot of reps with this exercise. Usually I do anywhere from 6 to 10 reps, but you have to hold it for that 3 count at the top, the 3 bounces. I love this exercise because if you saw my first video, I talked about a big problem with shrug variations and just training the traps in general is people go too heavy, so they get a real poor range of motion that they could barely elevate their shoulders at all. And they try to get this set done so fast, there's no time under tension. With this exercise, both of those problems are taken care of. We're getting a huge range of motion, and we're increasing the time under tension with those isometric holds. All right, so to give you some practical application, there's many ways that you could apply this as far as sets and reps are concerned. I recommend starting out with 4 sets. 4 sets of 6 to 10 reps. Do first set with a mixed grip, a traditional over-under grip. The second set, switch that mixed grip. So if your left hand was under and your right hand was over, second set, go right hand under, left hand over. On the third set, gonna go with a snatch grip, a wide double overhand grip. And then on the fourth set, a double underhand grip. I like to finish with that because everybody's tight and internally rotated. So we're gonna externally rotate, open up those shoulders, and I feel like it increases the range of motion a little bit, gets a little bit of that mid trap as well. So that 4-set combo works wonders. Your traps will be blown up. So that is my single #1 favorite underground trap exercise. There is, you will not find a better trap exercise than that. Like I said, outside of heavy deadlifts and Olympic lifts, which I talked about in the first video, but give them a try. If this type of exercise interests you, I highly recommend our Extreme DVD. It's a couple years old now, but it's based on what Mel Siff refers to as imperfection training in the Great Super Training text. You could read more about that, but the whole Extreme DVD shows our favorite accessory movements, imperfection training type movements for every body part, every accessory lift. I think we have over 90 exercises in that DVD. A lot of them never before seen. So if you're into that kind of underground, off the wall type stuff, but that is backed by science and it works, check out our Extreme DVD. I'll link it in the description box below. And as usual, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Appreciate all you haters out there for giving me a little kick in the ass to step up my t-shirt cutting game and to remember what my favorite trap exercise really was and updating that first video. So I appreciate you guys as well. Keep watching, and I will see you next time on the next episode of Joe Knows. Thanks, guys.